Creepers. Today we got a new project, and what we're going to do is we're going to make some evil apples, skull apples, or whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to call them evil apples. And what I did is I took an old skull, and I cut it down. And what I'm going to do, once this one here, this skull is messed up, I'm just using this as a prototype because I've never done this before. So I had to cut some holes in here to let these eye sockets recess in the skull. And so I'm just doing a couple of things to it just to see what it looks like. And I'm kind of liking it at this stage. And what I'll probably do is I will cut into this apple and recess this back just a little bit in the apple itself. Just kind of give it some depth. I might be able to stick on there with some clay or something like that, or some glue to hold it down there real tight on that. And probably what I'm going to do, guys, is eventually I'm going to make a couple of these. One like this, then I'm going to make one that's eaten with a skull in it. And I'm going to make that out of Sculpey clay. And what I'll do is, I think I'm going to mold these. I think it'll be easy to mold with some silicone. So, but the silicone mold will be in another video because I don't have all the silicone here. But I just wanted to stick this on an apple for now to show you how you can do it and go from there. So anyway, we know this skull is bad because it's been hacked on a few times. So we're going to cut this one down. So what I do, guys, is I use a razor blade. So be careful when you use this thing. Just cut it behind the main skull there. So this is possible. So I'm gonna make another apple. So I got a bag of apples, and we're just going to find the best spot you can on your apple. I think this would probably work the best. And what I did with my other one is I just pressed on a little bit. And I got a couple indents. Now I'll cut them out with my knife. And pop it out. And you just keep playing with it, guys, until you get the desired look you're looking for, or get it all the way recessed in your sockets how you want it. You might be able to press it in there a little bit. But you can see it, well, we're going to cut a little bit into that, I guess. Let's try it anyway. So that's all you're doing, guys, is just making a place for your skull to kind of sit in there as best way it can. It's looking good. I still want to recess the eyes back in a little bit. So I'm gonna make these a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, so that's what we got so far, guys. You can see it. So now what we're going to do is we're probably going to hot melt glue this thing in there, and where our gaps are on the sides, we can fill that in with Sculpey clay or hot melt glue just to cover up the hole, and we can go back and throw some paint around that. Okay. Okay, it fits a little better. So there we go. Now we're going to hot melt glue this in there, and see what it looks like. All right, guys. So what we did is we glued our skull onto our apple, and I have a couple of gaps here on the sides and around the bottom. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm probably going to take and I'm going to mold this out of silicone. So I want to make sure all my gaps are filled up and I can't get silicone in behind there. I'm going to make it look good too, so I'll have this piece for a while until I get the silicone and make some molds out of it. So we're just going to take some hot melt glue and fill in them gaps. You can also use epoxy if you want to. It might be a little harder to deal with. With the hot melt glue, I got time to tinker with it and be able to wipe it off with my fingers. And guys, you can go all the way around this skull if you want to. I just don't see no need into it. I think I can do it without going around that. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up around the edges with my fingernail and finger. Just trying to get the bulk of it out. Okay. All right, so there it is. As soon as that dries, that'll blend in with that apple and you won't be able to tell it. feathers on that. So there we go, guys. There's our evil apple. Or poison apple, evil apple, however you want to pronounce it. But that's it right there. It looks pretty good. Once that paint dries, it'll blend in really nice. And I think I did pretty good. Blemish off of it. Yeah, I like it. So we'll let this dry for a few minutes, then we'll come back and do an overall on it, show you what we did. All right, while we're letting this dry, I'm going to show you how you can do another poison apple. Now guys, I found through this string of fruit in the middle of the road, so I stopped and picked it up and tore some apples off of it. Now you can even use orange or whatever you want to off of these and make it out of whatever you want. You don't have to be an apple, it's just apple's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a skull on this. Or I'm going to attempt to draw a skull on it. Sort of, kinda. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to cover this in hot melt glue. And what you're going to do is just follow your outline of your eyeballs with glue. Best that you can, don't have to be perfect. Do the nose. All right, so now we're going to just start coating it. That don't even look good. I wonder if it's melted. So this is a different kind of apple than that, so looks horrible. It's hot. Okay, as soon as that cools down a little bit, we're going to show you how to give it a cool effect. By just using hot melt glue and some paint. Ouch. All right, so we're going to let this set a minute. We're going to let it set up, and I'll show you what we're going to do after that. So try not to touch it. All right, so all we did, guys, with this in here is we just put hot melt glue and let it run down on here. We left a couple spaces for his eyes. I did have a nose, but the glue ran in it. No big deal. So, you know, it runs all over the apple. So what we're gonna do is we're going to paint this thing. We're gonna paint it green, I think. All right, guys, so we got done painting this apple, and I'm gonna call this one the poison apple. And it's just, we put some eyeballs on it, and what I did, guys, is I two-toned the green. I put a lighter green on top of the darker green. Painted it up, looks pretty cool. You can spend a lot more time on it to make it a whole lot cooler. We can spray some clear coat on it to shine it up a lot more than what it is. And here's our evil apple. So we got it done. I showed you how to do that and everything. Doesn't look too shabby, if you can see it. All right. I've been wanting to do one of these for a long time, and wasn't sure how I was going to go about it. And what I did, guys, I ordered one from Haunted Hills Productions. So go over and check out their website. They got all kind of amazing costumes and masks and stuff like that. They also sell something similar to this. Now this is a hard one, and theirs is going to be soft and probably a whole lot better looking than this one. So go over and check theirs out. They do some amazing work over there, and I just wanted to make one myself. I'm probably eventually going to take at least this one, and I'm going to make a mold of this and see if I can produce one of these. And the reason I'm going to do it is just see if I can do it or not. And I hope I can without messing it up too bad. I'm not going to reproduce. I'm just going to something just to show you that you can do it with you know, hot melt glue and a little bit of paint, some eyeballs if you want to. You don't have to put the eyeballs in there. I just had them and thought it looked kind of goofy, so I did it. But this one here I want to make a copy of, and just to see if I can actually make a copy of it and see how I do with new materials. So I'm going to start small, then work my way up to the bigger thing. So I'll be doing this in silicone. And before I go real quick, I want to show you my nasty nurse. I just did her. So there's my nasty nurse. So I still got a few more of those to go. And I didn't really distress it any as far as ripping the costume or anything. I just threw some black and brown paint on it, some blood, and painted a mask and stuff like that. So just something a little different. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. It's about these skull apples and how fun they are to do, guys. It don't take a whole lot of time to do these, and they're fun to do. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. We appreciate each and every one of you watching. Don't forget to go check out the trio of Terror Brothers. It's Keith at Cobwebs and Candlesticks, and Dave at the Weird Kid Show. Go show them some love and support. We appreciate everybody watching. And what I'm going to do, guys, I don't know how many of you will watch the end of this video, but if you do, if you watch the end of this video, comment down in the bottom that you watched it all. And what I'm going to do, guys, is once I reach my 1,000 subscribers, it opens up a little bit more for me. I can start doing live videos. Also, I'm going to start a Patreon account, and hopefully, a few other things on there to raise funds. And what I'm going to do with them funds, guys, I'm not putting them back in my pocket. I'm not going to put them back into my builds. We're going to donate that to a veteran center. So stay tuned for that. And if you watch the end of this video, put God Bless USA in the comments down below. Go check out Haunted Hills Productions. And he goes live almost every night. So check him out. Show him some support. And subscribe to his channel. And buy some of their equipment. Anyway, guys, enough rambling on. I'm going to conclude this video done. And we appreciate everybody watching. And always remember, guys, you don't have to be perfect. Just build it. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.